y'all, and welcome to the Crazy Sock Lady YouTube channel. My name is Kayla and this is my channel where I share all about my making adventures. Today is January 17th. It is Friday. It is 9:25 a.m. This is episode 261 and I have a couple of finished things to share, some works in progress, a few things that arrived in the mail, some you can maybe see right back here. So we've got somewhat of a full episode. Definitely not as full as last week's though, that was quite a lot. You can find me on Instagram and RAVELRY as The Crazy Sock Lady, and I will have links right down below this video in the description box for everywhere that you can find me. I am most active on Instagram. I do have RAVELRY project pages for everything that you will see. It has notes, details, patterns, if there's any of those are linked there. Needle sizes, yarn info, all of that's going to be over there for you, and those are always linked right down below this video. And any shops that I talk about will also be linked right down below. I think that's it. Finished objects. I do not have either of them here to show you. Looking around like, where are they? Yeah, they're not here. I've already given them to my son Wyatt. They were both for him. So I did finish, I will put pictures up of them. I did finish the pair of socks that I was working on for him. This was out of Fuse Fiber Studio. Shelter colorway, and I did vanilla socks on 9-inch circulars for those, 25 rounds of knit 2 purl 2 ribbing for the cuff, 70 rounds for the leg, and then I did a different yarn for the heel and toe, and I'm not sure what that was. That was just out of my scrap basket, which you can kind of, I think, see down there in the corner. Some of my scraps are in there, and I just pulled that out and used that for it. That was pair number 4 for 2025, and I started those on January 8th and finished them on January 13th. I also knit him a scarf. I did not write down the dates for when I started and finished this. So let me pull up the RAVELRY project page. But I used Knit Picks Wool of the Andes Sport Weight in the Forest Heather color. I used about 3.5-ish 50-gram cakes. So I have a ton of this left over. It's in a basket right back there somewhere. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these. I might, maybe I'll do another scarf just to have on hand to gift. I do have some leftovers of that same yarn from Eric's Doctor Who scarf that I made. There's some different colors, so I could kind of do another stripy scarf. I'm not sure. I would love to use the leftovers up, either hats or a scarf. I just need to decide what I want to do. So if you have any good sport weight hat, just basic, like a ribbed or something basic, just simple and easy to do, any patterns to recommend, please let me know down below that I could use up some of that sport weight yarn. I'm sure there are lots out there. Okay, so the scarf I started December 26th and finished January 13th. I cast on 31 stitches using a US 5 3.75 millimeter, looking down at my notes. And I just knit every row. For the last stitch of the row, I did slip that knitwise with the yarn in the back. It just gives for a neater edge there. So I did that the last stitch of every row. Other than that, it's just knit. I don't know how many rows I did. I didn't measure it. I just had him try it on and he said it was long enough. I had him try it on a few times until it got to the right sweet spot for the scarf. And once he decided it was long enough, I bound off, wove in the ends, and gave it to him. Because it has been crazy cold here. There is still a ton of snow on the ground. A lot has melted, but there's still a ton of snow on the ground. Don't think we have any coming up in the forecast, which I'm kind of bummed about. But we still have some on the ground. I did, speaking of that, I opened up the cabinet doors. I had a couple people comment on like the glare of the cabinet. They thought it was a ring light or something. I don't use any kind of lighting. I sit in front of a window and just use whatever natural light there might be that day. And with it being so snowy, it is definitely making the glare a bit brighter. So yeah, I opened up the cabinet doors. I think that'll that'll work just fine, and that eliminates that glare because it's not a light, it's not anything I can change as far as that goes. It is literally just there's a window in the wall and there's nothing I can do about that window. I need it for the light. But yes, anyways, lots of snow still on the ground. He can use the scarf because it is cold outside. All right, that is it for finished items. Works in progress. I have 3 socks. One I did not even write on here because I had not started it when I made these show notes. We will do it last. Stay. The bags are falling everywhere. All right, this one is in a bag from Mountain State Stitches. This is just a pair of plain vanilla socks. These are for my husband. 2 of these works in progress are for my husband. He has a birthday coming up, and then we have our 19-year wedding, right? Yes, 19-year wedding anniversary coming up. So I have 2 socks going for him. I think these ones will probably end up being for his birthday because that is first, and these are going to be done first. I'm assuming. I don't think I'll finish the other ones first. These I've been working on just when I sit down and do my Bible study in the morning. When I'm on the treadmill, I work on these while I walk. And then if we are in the car at any point, and I am not driving or waiting in an appointment, anything like that, these are my go-to and what I grab. Vanilla socks are perfect for all of those times for me. So this yarn, I have no clue what it is. It is one, when I've organized my yarn a few times in 2024, and this last time I specifically tried to make different areas of the room. Like there's some yarn here that's already caked up that I'm like, okay, that's gonna be what I try to focus on. There's some yarn over here that it's not caked up yet, but it didn't have any labels, so I set that over there. And this is one of those that did not have any label. I have no clue. It's some deep stash, I think. No clue. I've moved so many times over the years and reorganized, and you know, those labels, they can get ripped off, they can get torn, so who knows. But this is just vanilla socks on 9-inch circulars using ChiaoGoo 9-inch US 0 2mm is what I use for 9-inch. 25 rounds, or no, just 20 rounds, sorry, 20 rounds of knit 2 purl 2 ribbing for the cuff, 50 rounds for the leg. I did use a different yarn for the heel. I'm going to use it for the toe as well. This is left over the Fuse Fiber Studio shelter collar from Wyatt's socks. So I'm just using that for heel and toe. I think that'll be plenty. If not, I do have another little ball that I can use of that. I don't think there's anything else about these. I do have all of my markers on here, and I place a marker every 10 rounds to help me keep track, and I do have a video here on YouTube that shows how and why I do that. I will try to remember to link that down below for you, but you can find it on the tutorial playlist if I forget. My little food markers here. I have some pepperoni pizza and a pretzel with cheese. I just haven't used these in a while and I thought they were fun. These are from the Gnome Knitter. I don't know if her shop's open anymore, but I have so many of her little food charms and they are just perfect. Next one is another pair of socks for Eric. This is in a bag. I don't know that they are, I've had this, I don't even know how many years. I have no clue if they are still in business, but it is a Doctor Who fabric. I don't know how to say the shop name. I'll check. If they're still open, I will link it. But I think last time I used this, I couldn't find the shop anymore, but I will double check. So this is a Doctor Who themed pair of socks. I'd love to use this bag for him because he loves Doctor Who. So this is the Police Box socks, I think is the name of the pattern. I knit this for him so many years ago and he loves the socks so much, and he told me last year that he hesitates to wear them sometimes because they are the one pair of socks he has that he would be so upset if they got ruined. And I just thought, well, why wouldn't you tell me that? And I could totally make you another pair. So I kind of think I might make him a new pair of these every year for his birthday or something, or our anniversary. I don't know. I think they might be something I try to do for him every year. just because if he loves them that much, I will make you as many of them as you want. They're a very enjoyable knit also. So I have both of them cast on. I'm doing them on 9-inch circulars, and I am following the size large in the pattern. There are 2 sizes. I almost did the smaller size, but thankfully I had a Ravelry project page for them, and I thought to check that, and I had done the large size, and he's never told me that they don't fit him. So I'm like, well, this must work for him with this pattern. So here is the one I'm furthest along on. It is, with it being on 9-inch circulars, it's hard to see. I can't really stretch it out. You know, I don't want to lose the stitches. I'm gonna go out of focus there. There we go. But it says police box. It's on both sides. Now I am on the little windows. And then this one, I have not started the windows yet. I am to where I will start them on the second one. But what I've been doing is doing like a section on this and then a section on that, section on this, section on that. So once I finish this color work section and cut that white yarn, I will move to this one. So this pattern is very well written. They fit him great, the other ones that I knit him years ago. The pattern has you start out with a set amount of stitches. I can't remember if it's paid for or not, so I'm not going to give away any counts or anything. But you do start out with an amount for the cuff, and then you increase for the collar work section, and then you decrease. And that's worked great. So definitely recommend this pattern if you have a Doctor Who lover in your life and want to make them some socks. It is a great one. There's a lot of stitches on here though. So these 9-inch circulars, I have so many stitch stoppers. Like, why don't I just put some on there? It's kind of ridiculous. All right, those I am doing US 0 2mm for the 9-inch, like always. I don't think there's anything else about those. The yarn, I should tell you the yarn I'm using. So I am using Knit Picks Stroll Fingering for all of the 3 yarns used. The blue is Sapphire Heather, the black is just black, and the white is just white, I believe. Yes, all Knit Picks. That's what I used for his socks previously also. All right, this last one here, this last work in progress, is gonna go into mail a bit. So I will show you this first, and then I'll show you kind of some of the other stuff that came with the box. So this is the February Woolen Yarn Box from Woolen Women Fibers. It is it Rodeo and Romance, I believe. Let me double check that. Rodeo and Romance is the theme. And I was so excited about this because I love my boots. I love rodeo. I love all of that. So this is so perfect. So here's the bag that came in the box. Look how cute the fabric is. This is definitely going to be one I use all the time. It is so pretty. And I am doing DPNs, you guys. The socks are in here, what I have done so far. Here's the label for the yarn. Rodeo and Romance. So this one is a sock set. I have the main skein split, but here's the main skein that came with it. And then 2 10-gram minis. Oh my goodness, so pretty. So I have both socks started. I have them in little needle cozies from Midwest Stitches. She does no longer has her shop. She still has her YouTube channel, her podcast and all of that, but she no longer sells these. I'm using Knitter's Pride Zing DPNs. US 1, 2.25 millimeter. That's all I have so far. I have the other DPN tucked in there, but they're both at the same spot. I did 10 rounds of Knit 2 Purl 2 ribbing. I'm just following my vanilla socks on DPNs for the counts. I've cast on for a size medium. And I'm doing the Knit 2 Purl 2 ribbing for the whole sock. So leg, I will do it front and back. Then when I get past the heel and all of that, I will just be doing it on the top for the foot section. So I've cut the yarn, as you can see. my plan, I did 10 rounds of this. Now I'm going to grab the darker mini and do, I think, 5 rounds of this and then switch back to this. Maybe I'll do 5 rounds, switch to the light pink. I'm not sure, but I know I'm going to stripe these in on the leg. And I'll probably do like 1 stripe on this of the dark, 1 stripe on the other of the dark, go back and forth like that and just use up. I don't think I'll use up all that yarn now that I say that though, all of the mini, but use up some of the mini, and going back and forth like that, it'll make sure, help me make sure that I don't run out. So yes, just working away on those. And I can't wait to start striping in the mini. I need to make sure I made a project page for that because I don't know that I did. Oh, I think I have the part of the box in here. Let me check. Yes, I do. With my little, these things are my favorite for notions, you guys. Little Altoids small tin. They are so tiny and they hold so much. And my youngest son loves Altoids, so it's great. If I lose one or something, I can just have him give me his next one. But yeah, I have in here my light bulb markers, a tapestry needle, my little stitch markers that I mark my beginning of round with and all of that. All that's there. So part of the box was 2 progress keepers from Sam's Tiny Trinkets. It's a hat and a heart. So cute. So I've got those in here ready for when I need them. And then we're going to go into mail. So I'll go ahead and show you the rest of the stuff that came in the February box from Woolen Women Fibers, and I will put a link for them down below also. So this is the full box, and in it was some journaling supplies. So you had a couple of sheets here that you could use in your journal, some washi tape, there's a pen, which I love, but I'm probably gonna give this to my mother-in-law because she loves horses. Teresa, if you watch this, let me know if you want this pin. I just think it seems like something she would love. And there is a lanolin lotion bar that is Black Cherry Merlot. Smells really good. There's a candle, and what is the candle? Can't remember. The candle is Love Spell. And I love that it's in a red tin this time. So fun. Wyatt usually steals these candles. I have a basket in our hall closet that I put any candles in that I'm not using right then, and he usually goes in and takes the candle for his room. This one smells so good. So yeah, I think he's probably gonna steal that one. All right, let's see what else. There's a little tag, I was blanking on the name, that says Handmade with Love, that you could sew on a hat or anything like that that you make. And then there's a pattern. So you can choose if you want crochet, you can let them know that you're going to be crocheting, and all of the details for all of this are on the link that the page that I'll link down below. But when they send me mine, they send me both patterns so that I can show those to y'all. And this first one is Book Nook Socks. It is by Olivia Villarreal. I am probably butchering that last name, but it is a very fun pair of socks. I love how classic it looks, and that the bottom of the foot is in, looks like in garter maybe. Very fun. The crochet, that's the knit one. The crochet one is Valentine Headband by Lenita Cipolla. Again, probably not saying that correctly, but that one's so pretty. I thought this was knit, like it looks like a knitted headband, but I can see now where, you know, where the crochet stitches are, but at first glance, it definitely looks knit. It's very pretty. My niece would love that. So that is the February Woolen Women Yarn Box. The link will be down below for them. I also have a few yarn cozies that were sent to me that I want to show you. Here is the shop. It is on Etsy. I will link it down below. And they are called Cuppa Yarn. Look how cute that one is. It's going to slide down off of there, but I wanted to show you on there. So cute. And then here is a one that looks like sprinkles. They all have the little, they have a little handle on them. So fun. So you can put these on your cake of yarn. I almost said your cup of yarn. You put these on your cake of yarn to kind of keep it together while it is in your project bag or out in a basket, anything like that. So those are super cute. So I will link that shop down below. The last thing that I received, oh, I'm totally forgetting something. Let me go grab it really quick because it is upstairs. Okay, I have this, and then we'll talk about these back here. So this is from the Littlest Charm Co. She sent over some Valentine's charms. Let's see if I can show these to you. These ones are so cute. The little hearts. And there's like a sugar cookie, a little coffee mug. Then there's this one, this box, which these are so cute. This one is my favorite. We're gonna take this one out and show you this one. Cupcake and the little hearts and the icing, so cute. There's a little love note. Got a cute little bear. There's a little snail. They are just the sweetest little thing. She makes the cutest charms. So I will have her shop linked down below. Also, I have these upstairs sitting by my spot on the sofa. When she sends me charms, I love to sit them there and add them to my projects as I'm working on things. Okay, last thing, I have one here to show you. So I ordered some sock blockers. I have my ones that you guys see all the time. They're over here. I should preface all of this by saying I do not block my socks. I never block my socks. The only occasion I would block my socks is if they were for a pattern that I had designed and was putting out, and I wanted to take photos of the socks, not on a foot, not on a blocker, and have them just kind of lay nice, be flat like they were on a blocker. That is the only time I would block my socks. Other than that, I don't do it. I don't mess with it. I just put them on my feet. I wear them. I gift them. I don't mess with that. But I love to have them for photos. I love to have them for showing socks here on the YouTube. But the ones that I have are very rarely ever in stock anywhere anymore. I don't know if I don't know why. I have no clue. I always have them linked to my Amazon, and I always get messages saying they're out of stock. So I thought, why don't I try a different style and see. And then this brand that I found, these are just from Amazon, just to shop on Amazon. I will have it linked on my Amazon storefront, which is linked down below. They had different sizes. And I got the pack. I think there's a 3-piece pack, like 3 sets in the pack, or 5 sets in the pack. I got the 5 because I was like, let's just go big and order them all. And I do like to knit socks for my nieces and things, so I thought that would work. So this is the next to largest size that I have right here. A pair of socks that I knit for me. I wear a US Women's 9. And it looks great. It fits great. The shape is slightly different as far as it comes in a little more and the leg is a little narrow. But again, I'm not using them to block them. I'm just using them for pictures. And I don't even think if you were using it to actually block them, that would make a difference. It's still doing the same thing. But the shape is just slightly different there in the heel section. But the quality is great. It's the same as in my other blockers. They feel the same. They're not heavy, but the weight of them is the same. They have the rubber tips covering the end of the metal there. So yes, this is a pair being used, and I will show you. Or actually, I guess this must have been 6 sizes. There are 6 different sizes in this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. So we have the smallest size here. I have no clue shoe sizes for these, but I'm pretty sure it gives you like everything you could need here. Smallest size, next size up, next size. These are a little hard to see, but then the next size. Then you have this size. And then the largest size, which is like what I would use for my husband, my son, any socks for them. So lots of sock blockers here. I will link that down below. Sometimes the other ones go in stock, but these feel and look the same. The only difference, I'll pull them over here so you can see and compare. The only difference is the heel shape, and that does not make a difference in the grand scheme of things. Like the shape is just different for the heel. This one is a little bit more rounded. That one's a little bit more of like an abrupt heel. But yeah, so if you have been wanting metal ones and you could not get these because they're always out of stock, check out these. They did have, you don't have to get this large of a set. They did have different options. But like I said, I knit so many socks for so many different people and sizes, and I thought, why not get them all? So I'm going to hang them over here. I have them, they're just hanging on a basket thing. So I'll get these hung over here. And now I will have lots of options for any size sock that I am going to be making. All right, I think that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little catch up. I hope you're having a good week and that you have a good weekend, and I will see you next week. Until then, happy making and God bless you. Bye.